You heard of me? What have you heard?
I heard you're the devil.
I might be.
Ah, come on, fool.
Good, eh?
Every gang in LA has to pay their taxes.
What's up, Holmes?
Where'd it go?
If you're stack short, go rob a bank. Rob your own mother. There's no excuses. Do not test that.
Whoa, hey, whoa, whoa. You guys look like a couple of monsters.
What the hell, man?
Yeah, but I'm at peace with that.
Son las 12 de la madrugada, mirándome en el espejo.
What's up, Johnny Cash? How about that time you gave me like 3 different STDs?
Are you kidding? Just kidding. She's kidding. You got your wife, you got your kids, you got your castle.
Daddy!
I'm supposed to terrorize the herd. That's my function.
God allows me to walk through the darkness and come back into the light.
What did you see in me?
I heard that you were this big bad gangster.
You're taxing 43 different street gangs. That's thousands of dudes in the most violent subculture in Los Angeles.
The count's short.
Who are you? I'm the future, and you the past. Got your kids. You want to buy them back?
You don't think he wants to spill blood? He wants to cut your heart off.
Can't run with what's left.
I got a 380 on each ankle, 38 on my right, 25 on my left, chopper in the trunk, Glock in my belt. I'm on it.
Took my kids, man.
I'm riding you to the wheels fall.
You're bad. You ain't that bad, all right?
Esperando los kilos por American Airlines. Traen pie 10 años y empiezan a chotear. Estoy hablando corriendo mi celda real, G Fernández con mi celular.
Open your mouth.
He'll splatter your brains out. I don't want that.
I do. I want that.
This episode was brought to you by Bonnaroo.org. Make sure you check out our newly designed store and merchandise. Stay tuned for our Patreon, a hub that will offer produced video and behind-the-scenes content, get in-depth music and lyric breakdown episodes. Subscribers will get to download exclusive music soundtracks. So for more information, go ahead and visit InsideASinisterMind.com. We're back with a bonus episode. As we work on season 2, expect bonus episodes to keep you guys updated on upcoming projects and events. This week, we get into The Tax Collector, directed by David Ayer, dropping on August 7th in theaters, digital, and on video on demand. We discuss my involvement in the film and the behind-the-scenes stories of what happened during the production. Bonus 2. Let's go. Enough said. With the hold of a savage, see the mic and I grab it. Inside, a sinister mind. Inside, a sinister mind. Inside, a sinister mind. You are now tuned in to a sinister mind. Inside, a sinister mind. Inside, a sinister mind. Inside, a sinister mind. You are now tuned in to a sinister mind.
The goal is to just produce sounds that, in this case, are disturbing.
So we're back with the new episode. Give us an update on The Tax Collector and when can we expect it?
Okay, well, The Tax Collector is dropping August 7th, so it's gonna drop in theaters. They have that deal with AMC Theaters. I know it's for sure. It's like the main city is gonna be LA and New York. Right after that, I don't know if, how soon after, but it goes to streaming. You know, like on demand, Amazon on demand, or Hulu. I heard of several things. I'm not sure, but you'll be able to stream it. Written and directed by David.
Written and directed by David here.
August 7th.
And for those who don't know, David Ayer, he wrote Training Day, right?
Yeah, Training Day.
And you knew him since then, right?
Yeah.
And how did you meet David Ayer? What was that connection?
The thing is that David Ayer and me, we come from the same neighborhood. Actually, he's from like 24th and Bolong, and me and my family are from like 22nd and Catalina. For those who know that area, that's close. That's like around the corner type shit. And then Training Day, I was an extra in Training Day. Like the scene where Ethan Hawke and Denzel are driving down Broadway.
Yeah.
I'm like at the corner getting pulled over. If you guys really look real good, we snuck Bandit put a poster on the newsstand thing that was right there, and we put it up right there. So
if you freeze the frame,
you'll see that there's a Conejo poster.
Well, that picture of that frame has been going around with all this poster right there.
It was the Fallen Angel poster.
Yeah, the Fallen Angel poster. Damn.
And Venom was in
also,
it.
I remember
Spanx was in it, and even Bandit was in it.
Oh shit!
But Bandit, you can only see him real blurry.
And that was based on what?
Just like
because of David Ayer, or
Yeah.
or did he refer you to somebody?
Nah, I mean, I'm not sure how it
was
happened.
just like pull up.
Yeah, it was on some pull-up type shit. And then that's when we, after that, I really, started fucking with Dave, and then we started training. That's who I started training Kempo with Dave and them,
Okay.
At Los Feliz. And so basically the tax collector, I was right there in Wayside at Medium North, and I would call Dave.
Which was a few years back, right?
Yeah, a few years back.
2016.
On the 2017. On 2017, I would call Dave, right?
Yeah.
And I remember, cause I got out February 2018.
Yeah.
So in 2017, I even think in January. Nah. Yeah, in 2017, I remember I would call Dave, and I had called him this one time, and I told him, I'm like, he's telling me, he's like, hey, when you get out, I'm gonna put you on this series I got coming. I think it was called Family Crime or something like that. And I'm gonna put you on that.
And throughout this time, now you're in the county, but throughout this time, did you guys ever communicated? It's always been some time. Oh no,
we communicated.
Okay.
We communicated. We found a way to
Oh, okay.
And then but right here was just direct phone call to him. So I call him, and then he's like, I'm gonna put you on this thing. But at that point, they were trying to give me life. I'm like, no. He told me, if you could get out by April, you'll be on my new
If you can get out by April.
And I was like, man, they're trying to give me life. Like, we'll see, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And so, but I end up getting out February.
Okay.
Like week later, I hit him up. He was on the East Coast, and then we start chopping it up, and I tell him about, I mean, he kind of knew. I already had been telling him like what it was like over there, and then basically, like, we had been talking. I already had been telling him like what it was like over there, So he told me, as soon as I get back from the East Coast, I'll come see you, and I got something in the works already.
Okay.
So he comes and he picks me up. Him and Anthony, his assistant, they come and they swoop me up right here from the pad, and then we go to this Mexican restaurant. And he basically tells me, he goes, I got a movie. What is it? It's called The Tax Collector. All right, what's it about? I'll give you the details later. And then he was on the phone. He was just like on his phone, and like he wasn't even eating. So I'm like, oh shit, this fool's like busy as fuck now.
Business right now,
It's just all business.
It's all business.
So we finally we eat, and I remember I asked him. I told him like, hey, but what's gonna be my name in the movie? Or like, it was, I know it's a stupid question, but he's like, what else? Conejo. I was like, all right, that's dope, I'm gonna be myself.
That's crazy.
Like, I'm gonna be a character with my same name in the movie. So
that's love. That's rare. That's fucking.
So
also it elevates your brand in a way.
Yeah.
When you're Conejo in the movie.
Yeah. So okay, upon being released from jail, we link up. Next thing you know, it's fucking acting coach and fucking months of rehearsal. So we rehearsed The Tax Collector for months, like every day.
At this point, did you know how much dialogue you're gonna have, or when did you realize, like, okay, is it gonna be a cameo? Is it gonna be a full-on character? Is it gonna be only a little?
Well,
when did you find out?
Well, Well, I knew I was one of the leads.
Okay.
Like right front from the beginning.
Okay.
But, well, not right from the beginning, but as it progressed, and then see the thing with David Ayer, like my dialogue, it changed a lot of times. Like there was like a vision of it, but since I speak fluent Spanish, and I come from over there, so I know the culture, I know the way the
details,
details, the lingo, the all the small details. So he let me like alter my
infuse your knowledge in the movie.
Infuse my knowledge within the dialogue. So we switched it to where until we got it right.
And me that I seen the movie when I was speaking like an LA Mexican right now, like a homie from LA that knows both cultures, the Chicano culture and the Mexican culture over there.
And and that's what the movie's about. Honestly, the movie's about family. It's a love story, and it's really showing how
it merges both cultures, right?
Both mergers are both. I mean, it really shows how the both cultures, they're just like merging as one. Like you don't nowadays, you don't even know, because
they go hand in hand nowadays.
They go hand in hand because a lot of these new groups que cantan corridos. You would think que son de Sinaloa, son de wherever, but they not. These motherfuckers are from Riverside.
Yeah. That's true.
Lalo Cerratos, that did my corrido Fuiste Mi Suerte, he's from Oxnard.
Yeah.
Bobby Castro from Rancho y Barrio, he grew up in West Adams on 25th.
Yeah.
So it's just like that. That's what the movie's about. It's about family. It's a love story, and it's about our cultures like merging as one.
Clashing,
merging,
interacting. The mixture of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So like I said, it was acting coach, rehearsals, and then we hit the set. We're rehearsing, right?
Yeah.
Over and over, week after week after week after week,
Yeah.
And like Dave's using all these methods on us, like some crazy shit, to like pull out those emotions that need to be like displayed when it's time to like film, and so it's week after week, month after month, month after month, and I remember Dave would always say, like, I guess they were getting like the business right, the investors and all that, and there's ups and downs with that shit too. But David always would say, like, this shit's happening. It's already been like spoken.
Yeah.
It's up in the universe. This shit's happening.
When the guy from DC came to one of the sets when you guys were filming at the restaurant, he asked David, like, I guess they met up. Dave, the guy from the runs DC, I think he's the creator of Batman and one of the writers of the new shit. And he asked David, "Oh, what are you doing here?" He's like, "I'm back in my essence." He said, "I'm back in my element."
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, "Damn!" That's when I noticed that Dave, he lives for our culture. He lives for the Mexican brown culture.
He does.
Heavy. Even his Spanish being so great.
The thing is, like with Dave, like the way I see Dave, like I don't. Yeah, he's white, but I don't even see him like that. I see that fool like the homie. Like that fool's on the real. He's more Mexican than some of the homies, and he's more Chicano than some of the homies.
That's real.
And if it wasn't for like, if it isn't for like directors like David Ayer, our fucking culture's gonna be lost.
And
it's gonna be lost because
that's true. Because even in Fast and the Furious, right? He wrote it, and that one he included us in there too. And even that him including us over and over again, it does create oh shit, you gotta have homies. If you're doing an LA movie, you gotta have homies. And
I think David Ayer's movies go beyond just having a homie as a fucking extra right there. Like he, you know what I'm saying? Like he goes into the
even in Suicide Squad, right?
Yeah, Suicide Squad and
introduced a character that was like homie-ish.
And then if you see he's from Hillside, which is the same gang that was on fucking Training Day.
Yeah.
So, and I remember the day before I started shooting, like my first scene.
Yeah.
Damn. We were at the location, which was that tire shop right there on what was it?
30th and Central.
Wasn't it like 28th or 28th, 27th Central?
Yeah, it was like a little tire shop.
A tire shop. We're there, and we did a rehearsal of the whole scene we were gonna do, which is like shooting, bomb explosions.
And that was your first.
That's my first.
Scene.
That's my first.
Yeah, I pulled up to that one, so that was your first.
So, you know, right there is when I knew, oh shit, this shit's real. This shit's happening.
Explosions and shit.
All this shit's going on, and then we're running by it. How it's gonna work? How it's gonna be? And then the next day you go to wardrobe, and now you're suited and booted. It's a little nerve wracking, but you know, one thing that first scene that I was involved in, which is, you guys gonna fucking love this scene. It's like this shit's like,
it is vicious.
Cold, vicious.
Yeah, it is.
And the crazy thing about that scene, like shooting that shit felt real to me. It felt like a
It
past.
looked natural. It looked
It
very
looked natural. It felt like a past experience. When the you know, the prop guns go off, those shit sound real as fuck.
Yeah.
The shells are popping out. Everything's real. It feels real.
Yeah.
So I love that shit. I love being on the set. For real. I like, that's just another like outlet for me now.
Yeah, to express yourself.
Yeah, I discovered a new outlet.
At the same time, do you think meditation and all that, being involved in meditation, did that help you out? Like,
I mean, I don't think about it like that, because like me, I'm always like let's just say I know I have a scene tomorrow, I'm gonna be fucking practicing all day my lines. Okay. I'm just like that.
You're a master of your craft.
Yeah, I'm like that. I always prepare. I don't ever like go into, even though when we shoot the rap videos, I never practice the lyrics.
Yeah, he never does.
But even being there, I catch on right away. Yeah. You know, it's just a matter of time, and then I'm on. Like I'm there. I have it.
Yeah. As prep work, what did you have to do, like, to kind of get in that character? Like, was there anything weird? Like, did they tell us some of the like trippy shit that tripped you out?
The thing is, right here, like, I just trust Dave. I just trust. He's a director, and he's directing everything, and I trust him. If he tells me, Conejo, you know, do this. Like, we speak the same language, because I'm telling you, we come from the same area, so I always look up to him as a big brother, or you know, and so if he's directing it, and I have full trust in him, full trust in his partner Chris Long, I know what I could do, you know, and I know what he could do, so it's just like some teamwork shit, you know, and the goal is to like capture that, and you know, if all the ducks are, all your ducks are in a row, then there shouldn't be no problem, you know.
Yeah. Shia LaBeouf. You meeting Shia, you're interacting.
Okay,
with him.
we're at rehearsal. We're at one of Dave's pads. We're rehearsing.
Okay, so it was an intimate setting.
Yeah, intimate setting.
Okay.
We're rehearsing. All of a sudden, I see this dude walk in. I thought he was like a fucking skinhead because he was bald. I knew it was him. I knew it was.
And what did you feel when you saw him? Like, okay, look, this is Shia.
I knew he was gonna pull up.
Yeah.
Because he had been saying he was gonna pull up for like 2 or 3 days.
Okay.
But he didn't. So I knew he was gonna pull. Eventually, he was gonna pull up,
yeah.
and that day I had met Chelsea. Chelsea was there for the first time.
Chelsea Rendon from the series Vida. You see it on Stars.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So we're right there, and then this dude comes in, and then his attire is that of a skinhead.
Yeah.
Because he got the boots up.
Yeah.
His pants are cuffed, and then like with a baby cuff, they're like, you know, they're like tapered at, you know, the pants are tapered at the bottom with a cuff in them. He's wearing like, you know, they're like jeans, Levi's, whatever the fuck, some faded
fashionable
shit. And then a little like gray, you know, like crew neck sweater, and he's bald. And he walked in, and the thing that popped up in my head, I was like, man, this fool must be working on a movie where he's a fucking skinhead. Mm-hmm. He walked in, that fool looked at me, he already knew, and he was like, he said, what's up, shook my hand, gave me a hug. They started running lines. Him and Bobby Soto started running their lines. And then that's it. I just started fucking with that fool, and
within like, so they started running their lines. So you were like, damn.
You know,
were you comfortable around that? Like
you know what? I was just observing.
Observing.
It's just like anything in life. Like when you don't know something, you just sit back and observe, study his mannerisms, check out everybody, how everybody's reacting to everybody. I remember we were at Shamrock in Glendale at those one of the stages.
Yeah.
Shamrock Studios, and we almost went head up. We got into it, me and Shia, but I didn't know that what he was trying to do, he was trying to bring out something in me.
Okay.
And he did. He did that
He's a master at his work. He's
yeah, you know, Dave did it to me too. Like they pulled something out of me, you know, like to that they were gonna be able to use on the set. So at first, like when Shia pissed me off that day, I was hot. I was ready to flight that fool, you know, and you know, and then you know he gave me a hug and we laughed about it and he was like you know that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to see, you know. So and then I got it that you know you gotta have tough skin. It's you know. You can't come in there trying to act hard and
of course.
You know, you gotta be open minded.
You gotta be an artist.
But it was my first time, so he did kind of get under my skin and catch me off guard, and us like when that happens and we're against the wall, we'll start swinging or whatever, you know. Yeah. So, but you know,
we got hot blood, so our shit gets.
Yeah, but you know he's cool as fuck. You know I consider him like a friend, not even like a homie,
I've seen it.
Like a true friend, and you know, man, come on, he tatted the H on his stomach. Yeah, no, it was a blessing just to even watch him execute his craft. The way he executes it, just like to watch him, that's a blessing. Like, you know, and even like his character in the movie. Well, we used Jay as his template. Yeah. So we even rehearsed outside of rehearsals. We will rehearse at Jay's house.
Jay is his manager, and he's also a homie, but he's Russian.
Yeah, you know he's
like 6'6".
but he's a homie, you know.
He's a homie.
And he's run with the homies his whole life, you know. Been in prison a lot of times, and
he's part of the culture.
He's part of the culture,
like,
you know.
Deep part of the culture. He embraces it like. Man, Jay's one of my favorite people. Honestly, Jay, I've never met somebody like Jay. Where Jay, he treats everybody the same. He treats people that are service workers just as important as people that are his friends. And I've seen him like...
Yeah, he's just like... He
very, very humble to all...
Yeah, he's humble, he's hospitable, he's very generous. He's just like...
Like, I've seen him talk to random people, blacks, Mexicans on planes, have a blast and just be a friend. And like... To even strangers be a friend of strangers. That to me, so that's who Jay is. But he's a homie.
Yeah. So, you know, they use that to help Shia build his character. You know. Other than that, like.
And who else better to learn than Jay? Because Jay's mannerism is very homie.
Yeah.
It's very, but it's with the respect though. He is a homie, but he shows that respect and like he carries himself with respect.
Plus, you know, he's from the northeast LA area, so that
it's
is
a very like
you know iconic, they got the avenues, Highland
Park. They have history right there.
There's a lot of
history right there.
You know, so
one thing that went viral and people were tripping the fuck out. It was your first LA show. You had your first LA show. And fuck, I don't know how long. I don't know if it was your first show, a headliner like that.
It was my first headline show in LA ever.
In LA. And people tripped out because Shia pulled up. And everybody was like, what the fuck? That's when everybody was like, damn, Conejo is fucking with heavy hitters. Like, not just like a actor, a heavy hitter. He wasn't in the back room. He wanted to be with the people.
Yeah, he was with the homies.
He was with the homies. He was the whole night. He was with the homies, partying it up with the homies, hanging out with the homies.
Yeah, no, it's crazy because before that show, I remember we were talking about it, and I was like deciding should I do it or should I not do it.
Yeah.
And then Shia was like, man, do that shit, homie. You're gonna be squatted up. Don't even trip.
Yeah.
You're gonna be squatted up. And then it just, to me, like Shia's telling me, so I'm just like listening to him. Like I could tell, like this shit was. See, Shia is not no Hollywood motherfucker. No. Shia's, you know, he's from the gutter. Yeah. Honestly.
Yeah, he is.
So
he's from the gutter of LA.
You know, so he, you know, by that point we already had connected. So I'm hearing him talk. He's telling me all this, and then that day of the show, I hit him up. I'm like, hey, fool, pull up to the show. And then I tell him where's it at, whatever. I go, you know, if you got time. Next thing you know, someone runs back to the green room. They're like, hey, Shia's in the front. I'm like, tell that fool to pull up. He's like, nah, I want to kick it with the homies.
Yeah.
So all those pictures with the homies where he's throwing up the H.
Yeah.
Man, them shits, you know, that's.
And even your fans, that was a treat for your fans because a lot of the homies are raised on Shia movies.
Yeah.
Shia's been a star since he was a fucking kid.
Yeah.
So everybody had, oh, it's from Even Stevens. You hear homies talking about that at the show, like, oh shit, that's a guy from Even Stevens. And Transformers. So it was dope. It was a treat
was
for
dope.
the
It
homies.
was dope.
Actually, it was a treat for the homies to like even see like, damn, this was embraces our culture. And he ended up crashing the stage and having fun on stage, and to see him like embrace us, and also like it's part of his culture because he is hip hop. Shy is very hip hop.
Yeah. He's hip hop, and you know, and with this like with the tax collector, I feel like Shia could have been from the hood.
Yeah.
Honestly, you know,
Yeah.
if he would have been at the right place at the right
Yeah,
time.
of course. Well, he was raised in Echo Park.
Yeah, you know, so
what I mean?
he would have
Yeah.
been from the hood, you know, and who knows, we would have probably seen Shy on the LA Times doing live on different circumstances, you know.
Yeah. Let's talk about touring a little bit. You went to New York.
Love New York, for real. When we came back from New York, motherfuckers were sad.
Yeah.
Like we didn't want.
Well, we were there for like what, 5-6 days. It was a good bit. It was a little. Cool
Like
bit.
I feel like we wanted to come home, but once we were home, we're like, fuck. We didn't want New York to end. You know what I'm saying? And they show like stupid love.
They show
Stupid love, and it was just so hip hop, and the venue this venue was just like so incognito.
Well,
it was like
it was a very Bronx, like, and the Bronx is known for like back in the days to
that's
throw.
That's the home
That's the home of hip hop, and the thing is, it's the trip to see Cornell perform in the essence like of real hip hop shit and the underground show. We packed it up, and we to see the homies from even from New York embrace you, because New York hard to rock. New York.
It's hard.
New York, they love hip hop. They don't really give a fuck about the website shit.
Yeah.
And for them to pull up to your show and sing bar for bar, you could
bar.
see it on the video, like bar for bar. The energy was there, the love was there, and to see you not be Hollywood around them, you just being regular with them. One of the most memorable things of touring with you is how you took a very hostile environment and you neutralized it by you being yourself. And we were in New York where there's East Coast politics, and so it's very different from LA. And to see very, very hostile fools were about to get down, like they were already eyeing each other, and they even had a meeting within that show before even Conejo went on stage. There was a meeting of the heads that were in the gang that they were there, to kind of like see, okay, we're cool today.
Yeah. They put everything on hold just for that night.
For that night.
To not ruin everything, because see, the thing is, if something would have happened there, it's a wrap. That venue. And I heard someone got murked inside that venue not too long after, and that venue's a wrap.
Yeah.
It's no more.
And it kills us because
the movement,
we're not able to see the fans no more because the cops don't want us in that city no more. So that's why it's very important for you homies that are listening to this. When you go to a Conejo show, like, please understand that we come from all this craziness and we're trying to have a good time. Like, we're there to show you love.
And the thing is, the crazy thing about that is, like, okay, I had the second LA show, right?
Yeah.
Well, all my shows, except for one, it's just been no problems.
Yeah.
And there's gang members from everywhere. Enemies from everywhere inside the building, and there hasn't been, everybody just show like nothing but respect. Nobody wants to ruin it.
Yeah.
I think like LA knows.
Yeah.
And a lot of these gangs and other places, they know, like, if we fuck this off, it's not gonna happen no more, you know.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like I feel like a lot of the new cats that are up now that are doing their thing, which is a good thing, but a lot of them feel that like even they won't say my name, but they feel like I should step down and let them do their thing.
Yeah.
They feel like that, you know. But this is the thing: the minute I stop doing what Conejo does, it's gonna be a wrap for the fucking culture, because these dudes that are doing their shit now, they don't fucking give a fuck about the culture. They're emulating a different culture.
Yeah, they are.
They're just emulating a different culture, and they frown upon our, even though they go home and eat the same food as I eat, que viene siendo pinche carne con chile, chile rellenos, whatever the fuck
classic at home.
You know, whatever it is. Once they step out their house, they're out to emulate and
emulate for social media.
They're just
all social media, very base rappers, social media based rappers.
So you know, for all of them,
I do notice that you do bring light to a lot of artists. You've been reaching out olive branches to people, and people that you have quote unquote rap beefs, music beefs. in the past, like Mr. Criminal.
He's in the tax collector. He's in the
exactly.
tax collector. Well, I remember when we were there. I remember in rehearsal. You know, like names like Richard Cabral came up, and you know Mr. Criminal came up, and then I was asked like, is there an issue with having Mr. Criminal on the movie? I'm like, fuck no, hell nah, no way. Bring like, you know, is everything gonna be cool? I'm like, hell yeah, everything's gonna be cool. And you know what? Ever since I see, because when we had issues with each other, I had never met Mr. Criminal.
Yeah.
I had met Mr. Shadow. I had never met Mr. Little One. I never met these people.
Yeah.
And the thing is that when I dissed everybody, that was a different conejo. That was the conejo that was soaking and drowning.
Part of the rap.
Yeah, no, it was just some, like, that was the conejo that was soaking and drowning in self-hatred, you know? So
that's very deep for you to even say that.
You know, and it's not the same conejo as now. Not that he's not in me, you know, but so
you're an evolved version.
Yeah, I evolved and you know, so, and this is big. This movie and even the movement with the music, it's bigger than me. It's not about me. It's about our culture. And if rappers like me or Mr. Criminal were out of the game, or anybody else, it's gonna turn the lights off. And then all these other dudes that are just emulating, a lot of these guys, I'm not saying they're whack, but they don't have like songs that
they don't have originality.
They don't have songs that are gonna stand the test of time. They're not. You know, they don't have songs that someone's gonna actually tattoo.
Well, they make music for the now only.
Yeah, for the
moment.
Yeah.
And
so,
they don't realize that sometimes when you do that, you're following the trend of the popular trap sound, which I enjoy trap, but at the same time, when people follow that trend only, that when that moment is done, that music is done.
Yeah.
If you follow like the way it is, where every song is trap, once that movement is done, your whole catalog is done.
Yeah, so
you don't show variations.
So I just, you know, I stay in my own lane. I do my music. I stay current with the
time.
And you evolve. I've evolved. You know, I'm not worried about that. Like comments or subliminal jabs that a lot of these dudes, they try to take subliminal jabs. It doesn't matter to me. You know that they supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Cause I did that.
Yeah.
You know that's just hip hop.
Yeah.
It's a blood sport, a competitive sport. It's the same way with like Cypress Hill.
Yeah.
You know, I just did the fucking smoke box with B-Roll. And B-Roll's cool as fuck.
See,
and
that was another moment. That was another moment that everybody was like, wow.
And this is the thing that even though whatever happened, you know, I diss fools or whatever, all these people, as I encountered them, they've embraced me.
Yeah, they have.
And easily they could have been like, nah, I ain't fucking with that dude. That dude fucking. But nah, they've embraced me. They respect
the hustle, and they know your like your track record. Like, oh, he's been consistent with it. He's always been like, he's there.
And you know, and so now in my position, when there's new homies coming up from all these other labels, where I can, I help them out.
You do.
If I don't blast their visuals on my social media platforms,
you give them a shout out, and
they get shout outs. If they don't get shout outs, I might hit them with a verse. I might not. You know, I might put them on my show. You know.
Yeah.
You know, whatever it may be. You know, if they can't rap in my show, they get invited to my show to come and network with with actors, come and network with producers, with video guys, you know, photographers. Like, to me, it's, you know, it's all about networking and
exposing them to other things, right?
Yeah.
Like also expanding their minds, because at the end of the day, they're young and they're just living and they don't know how life sometimes eventually humbles you. So you've been through that, so you're comfortable with who you are.
Yeah.
So you were able to talk to these cats like regular, and
I guess like to everybody out there that's listening to this podcast, August 7th, I want you to find a way to fucking go and watch that Tax Collector. Support the shit. Neta.
But not only August 7th, you know, a week prior, 2 weeks, start putting it up, because like I said, this movie, the lead guy, the main quote unquote hero, he's Mexican.
Yeah.
The main lead villain, he's Mexican.
And you know, they got George Lopez. He's Mexican.
Yep.
You know, it's like this is a movie about our culture. This is a movie about our culture, and if we don't support like our shit, then how do you expect to, you know, like to see more of it and our shit continue? Or is it that you're gonna want to go embrace that and become that and then lose your, you know, lose our identity?
Yeah.
You know, we
also support it because the movie is a dope ass movie.
It's a dope ass movie. This ain't no story. Fucking low budget ass fucking. This
no
is come on.
This ain't a lowrider movie. This ain't that. This is an authentic story of things that happen in our neighborhoods, of the neighborhood between the Mexican culture and the Chicano culture, and the clashes and the connections, the friendships that happen within that realm. So it is a very current. It is a very current. When I watch the movie, it's a very current LA. So you'll get a very current LA. At the same time, you get those elements what makes LA. So
like I said, you know, it's coming. So just go out there, share this shit, let everybody know.
And it comes down to your theater in your city, because they're gonna be limited theaters. But if it does come up, pull up.
Just like the way they did Training Day.
Yeah.
Just like the way Dave did In the Watch.
And the Watch.
That's the same way he did fucking The Tax Collector.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So expect that.
You see that.
Expect that. Expect like some high quality shit.
Some grimy shit.
Some grimy shit. Like I said, it's a movie about family. It's a story about love. It's a story about a man's children. You know, survival.
What will you do? You know, what limit are you willing to take yourself to fight for the ones you love? That's basically what the movie is about. You know?
So, you know.
At the same time, people are gonna be able to see you as Conejo in the film and be able to like just wait till y'all watch it, man.
Yeah, I don't want to like give too much up. That way, when you do watch it, you know.
But just please support it and share it, man. Because I know everything is social media now, so make sure you share it and be proud of that film. And
like, there's gonna be like by the time this episode of the podcast drops, that trailer's gonna be out. So make sure you get that trailer. And everybody fucking shares that trailer.
Tag Conejo, tag Conejo, tag Conejo, tag Conejo. Make sure people understand that he has a lead role as a lead villain.
Yeah. I'm not an extra. I don't have one line. I don't stand there.
Honestly, I've never met, like, to this point, I think you are the only homie that had a lead role on a type of budget like this. Who else has been like that in the last 20 years? There hasn't. So this is a big deal. So let's make sure that we all show up and do support, because at the end of the day, Mexicans, we all love movies. So if we're gonna support some whack shit, let's support this good shit at least.
Yeah.
You know. All right, guys. Catch you on. We're gonna keep bringing more bonus episodes like these, where we just talk as we work on season 2. And also make sure you support. Go to the website and look out for that Patreon. And like I said, we're not asking for money. That's only if you want to donate for the cause. But all right, guys. Tune out. We'll catch you all next time.
The Tax Collector.
Here's a preview of bonus content you can find on our Patreon membership. For more information on how to join, visit insideasinistermind.com.
Yeah, earlier today I got a call from my boy. And it's on the subject of DMT. And this DMT, they're getting it like out of these frogs they're bringing from Sonora, Mexico. And he was just telling me about my boy's experience with DMT. And then someone in my family just went down there. My boy's he's based out of Baja California. Basically like Tijuana, Rosarito, that area, that type of area right there. And they going down there and they're fucking with this DMT. And you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm signed up for it, but you know, if I encounter it in this path that I'm on this road that I'm on, and it's right for me, and I flow with that energy, then who knows? I might fuck with it. You know? Like, I fuck with hallucinogenics like since I was young. You know, there was a time that I'll get into that some other time, but there was a time that I took like 15 acid tabs or 12, or they just ripped a piece off a sheet and gave it to me. And I was fucked up for like 6 months. Like, tripping. So, you know, I've done shrooms a bunch of times, and, you know, way later I took acid, and, you know, just like a tab at a time type shit. But